For the time being, I'll be your hostess for this wonderful pace, and I would like to welcome our. Thanks, Rob, for setting this up for us, and Sile and Roderick, per usual. Thanks for everyone that's coming. Well, that came today. So the person who's going to go over our product today, I'm going to introduce him. Great guy. He always has really great things to say. And he's great. So I would like to introduce Jonathan Smith. He's going to go over our Artistry Men products.
Hey everybody.
Hey,
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, Julia, for that awesome intro. As she said, my name is Jonathan Smith. I am up here in Virginia, and today I'm gonna go over to Artistry Men's. So just to show you the products real quick. So here is the serum, the toner, facial moisturizer, the gentle wash, and also the shampoo, or not shampoo, the cologne. So I'm gonna switch over screen share my screen. You see it?
Yeah.
So Artistry, as we all, well, as everybody know, and if you're first time here, Artistry is one of our supreme skincare lines around the world that Amway has. And the great thing about it was that, before Artistry Men, a lot of the men were using the skincare products that were, everybody say skincare is basic for women, which is not true. Because, men, we want to look good too. And so the great thing about Artistry, they came out with an Artistry Men's line. So now one of the biggest things that men always say is, what I need skincare for? I'm rugged, I look good, why I need skincare for? That's for women. And I'm gonna show this video to explain it.
We've all said it. I'm a man. Why should I care about my face? Specifically, men's faces have more oil to deal with and more damage to take care of after shape. In reality, in order to be your best, you need to look your best. You're the face of your business, of your own personal brand. And a bar of soap just isn't good enough. Are you willing to do what it takes to be successful? The possibility's there. No matter if your face is shiny, oily, or dull and dry, you can look as successful as you feel or want to be. The decision is yours. You can take these steps to see a dramatic difference in the way you look and feel. So don't let pride get in the way of your potential. Try the new Artistry Men's Skincare System with DermaSync technology, formulated for success.
So that's mainly the reason. We should care because, like he said, men's skin, we have a lot of damage, a lot of oil that we perspire every day, and that we always are either sweating or doing some hard work or whatever. So it makes sense that we should also take care of our skin. So one of the things that always said, he said dermasync complex. What is that? So basically, what dermasync complex is, it's a technology that they have put in Artistry Men to help with oil control and moisture management. And so, if you can see the pamphlet, it says, so for phase for oil control, it helps control oil glands, overproduction, and reduces shine. And the skin looks healthy and renewed, restores balance to the sebum production, and also for moisture management. After it, reduces the oil, but it also controls the moisture that you. So like for instance, for me, I sweat a lot, especially in heat. I was dying down in Atlanta a week ago. I always, whether I walk like 5 seconds for, whatever, if I'm moving around, I'm sweating. So I definitely use the moisturizer, the tone. I use the whole entire line because it helps with keeping my oils in check and also the moisture management as well. So my skin always looks good even after all the sweat dries and stuff. So, and that's the reason behind that for Dermasync. So benefits, Artistry products include the exclusive Dermasync complex that I just explained, and I explained in the video. It helps control oil and keeps your skin hydrated. Fights excess oil and shine. Effective yet gentle enough to use in morning and night. Has a fresh scent, so after you use it, you're smelling good. You're going to work, wherever, and you smelling good and looking good. Exfoliates dry, rough skin for a smoother texture. So a lot of men say, "Oh, I got rough skin," whatever. So what I like about it is that it, makes it smooth and nice. So when somebody feels your skin, husbands out there, your wife feels your skin, like, yeah, I know, she, ooh, it's smooth, it's smooth. Yeah, I know. So it does that. So also anti-aging serum concentrate, it firms it. So it keeps you young, as you clearly see Compton, very, looks very young. And of course, everybody who uses it, are uplines, all the diamonds, they use it, and they look like how they look back in their photos that they show when they were in their 20s and 30s. And of course, is dermatologist and allergy tested. So it's tested by dermatologists, top dermatologists around the world. Also, allergy tested for men. So make sure that you're safe and when you're using it. So get ringing results. So in 4 weeks, there's been 95% of men experience deep moisturization, 92% saw oil reduction, and 76% noticed improvement in their skin's appearance. So just using the system and constantly using it, whether you use a razor or like me, I use clippers to shave, and you just keep using the system, it will definitely keep your skin nice, moist, smooth. So after you cut your hair or whatever, you still be Rico Suave. So the daily routine, real quickly, you clean with the gentle face wash, you shave with the smooth shaving foam. After you shave and wash out the shaving foam, you use the post shave toner, which helps clean up around your skin to make sure that you get your pores. Then you use a serum concentrate and a facial moisturizer. And the serum concentrate, like I said, it helps keep your skin young and nice and very good looking. And the face moisturizer is that last thing you want to use, especially when you're going out in the sun a lot or working out in the sun. Helps keeps your face moisturized throughout the day, and also helps protect from sunlight and things like that. So this is the Artistry Men skincare system. So it comes with the gentle face wash, the post shave toner, the serum concentrate, and the facial moisturizer. IBO price is $127.57. Retail is $172.80, and PVBV is $42.52, $127.57. So they actually went, what I like about it is they're always adjusting the price, and I think they have a sale going on because they definitely adjust the price. So, and then so the men's shave foam is separate from the skincare system, because not everybody, like I said, uses a razor or shaves every day. I know, like for me, I use clippers, and so if you do shave with a razor and you shave every day to cut down on your beard and stuff like that, you definitely want to get the shave foam, which is $14.63 IBO price, $19.50 retail. and 488 for B or PV, and BV is 1463. So after you've done all that, you look, skin's looking good, looking smooth, you're ready to go out. Why not finish it with the cherry on top with the Artistry Men Unknown cologne? And what I like about it is that it smells so good. It makes you, it's that manly smell. Like, it has that manly smell, but also brings out that extra, I don't know, manliness of scent from your body as well. So I use it every day. I don't know about all you men out there. I use it every day. When people smell it, they're like, yo, what's that smell? I was like, yo, it's that artist, it's that unknown. Like, unknown, what are you talking about? It's like, it's that Artistry Men Unknown. Like, you gotta, I can hook you. It's, that's not, that smells so good. Yeah, we talk more, So definitely, if you don't have it, definitely get it. I like it all over all the other colognes out there. So yeah, and it definitely highlights that masculinity smell that a lot of men want. So I know we talk about Artistry Men, but a lot of time, there's more things you want to work on for your skin. So one of the things that I've definitely used is this Artistry Visual Beauty app. It's on Google Play and App Store. And what it does is it actually does pretty much a sand machine on your phone for you. So you can see like the different wrinkles, and I'll show you mine real quickly too. You see the wrinkles, you see the dark circles, the spots on your skin, and like pretty much it shows you everything that you need to improve on. And it's very, it hits a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because when I saw my skin age, I was like, ooh, that's not good. So I'll show you mine real quickly, but that's pretty much it for the slides. And let me show you the app just really quick. Hold on. Let me stop screen sharing. So, oh, wait, where'd it go? There you go. So this is, so you have, once you use it, you can see you have like a skin diary. So it shows you like your skin age and your skin health. So you can see mine's, I know it's full, it says 75 is my skin health, 33 is my skin age. This is this is what, June 11th. So when I first started, it was 51, 52. Yeah, so I was looking, yeah, I know, Drew. Yeah, I see you shaking your head. Yeah, I know. I said the same thing. I was like, no, it's not right. So I started using the Artistry Men, started using a lot of this products, and then it went from 51 to 75 to 33. And clearly, if you're not using it, it will show you like, hey, you slacking, you're going back down, you're slacking. So this was mine like just recently, like after a month. And so, and this is what I mean. So it shows you the actual spots and shows you everything that's on your face, and shows you, like I said, the texture, the wrinkles, the dark circles, stuff like that. And so once you see that, you can click on see recommended products, and it shows you all the products that can help with your skin in all the different spots. So you see the polishing mask, which I got all of them, and they work amazing. They're great. I got all these. I'm probably gonna get the eyewear too. So it shows you every little thing, shows you like you see the so you see the Artistry Men's routine. It shows all the whole routine. And then for the eye, it shows you like it shows the different parts that you should work on. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. Don't be alarmed. It's like, oh my gosh, I look 65 on the app. Look, it's just to show you like, hey, everybody looks good. Don't get me wrong. Like everybody looks good in our group. Everybody I meet, I say they look good, but until I like, hey, you can always improve. There's always room for improvement. So just using the app can show them like, hey, this is what you can improve upon to make your skin even better than you're already looking. And just say no disrespect. But it's a lot of people are sensitive with skin, but sometimes you gotta give them the real what's the word? You know what I mean? You gotta be real with them sometimes. It is what it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you haven't got the Artistry skincare system, definitely get it. It worked for me. Anybody else have any testimonies with it, or has any customers or whatever, or anything along those lines want to share?
Yeah, well, I use it personally, Jonathan.
Oh,
I used to have like really, really bad razor bumps coming through. I know y'all remember that. But,
Yeah.
but I jumped on the system, the whole Artistry system, and I used it consistently for maybe a while now. So basically, I don't have any of those bumps. As you can see, I got a cut today. Those bumps are gone. I don't have anything. And another thing I would like to really, really promote is the Artistry Unknown Cologne. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. I could do 2 sprays and it lasts me the whole day. And like even at the end of the day, people are still telling me, hey, that's a good fragrance. So it's a good conversation starter too. So yeah, just use Artistry, man. It's awesome. It
Nice.
worked for me. I wouldn't change it for the world. Get on it as well.
Awesome.
Awesome. Anyone else want to share their awesome experience they had with the Artistry men?
I guess I could share as well. Yes, it is really awesome. The good news is, for the business owners, it lasts a very long time. A very long time. So when you purchase it the first time, you're going to worry about buying a whole bulk later on, anytime soon, pretty much. I love it because I love the way it makes my face feel. My skin feels amazing. Like after I finish using the serum, and then the moisturizer at the end, and just going on through the day. Yes, it cleans your face. Yeah, so it's definitely an amazing brand for sure. So I highly recommend any business owner. And of course, it comes with women as well. So men and women definitely get on Artistry. It's awesome.
Yeah, and over here in Atlanta, I've been using it for quite a few years now, and it definitely works. I used to have a lot more bumps, a lot more razor bumps, and all of that stuff. I have a smoother tone. I figure 1 or 2 more months I'll have a boyish look, and I've had quite a few people who thought that I was younger than I really am, and I told them, let me buy you some food, so it definitely works, and Andre's telling me now I need to use it more on my neck, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So definitely, and besides, I'm investing in points. The points just happen to come with the Artistry men. Yeah. Okay, so I'm a business-minded person, and even if it wasn't effective or whatever, or it's the same as Gillette, I don't care. I need points, man. And this is the only way I can get points. But anyway, let me get off my attitude rant and hand it back.
Awesome.
Yes. So that's pretty much it. And like Kenneth said, also protect your neck. Yeah, pretty much it. So back to the host.
Crazy one. All right, thanks so much for that, Jonathan. I definitely took a lot of notes because I am raised in a house full of women, so I don't know anything when it comes to men's skin and all that stuff. So I took a lot of notes. I'm actually looking forward to trying to get that set for my father, and we'll see. Because I noticed he does have some oily stuff going on in his face. So. Of course, the great late Father's Day gift. And we'll see how it goes.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for that, Jonathan, once again. Our next person is, we're going to be talking about the stream. It'll be Miss Divya.
Awesome.
Hi everyone, my name is Divya and I'm going to be doing the streaming portion today of Pase, which is one of the educations. So I'm just going to quickly go through like who, what, where, and when. So what is streaming? Streaming is a monthly subscription. You get a brand new talk every Monday from very successful people in our business with obviously a lot of knowledge and nuggets to share. So why do we stream? My mom says a stream a day keeps your boss away. But honestly, so it's like impossible to travel to all the BBSs and functions that we have going on throughout the country. But obviously there are different speakers and they all have something different to share. So this is the most cost-effective way to be able to listen to all that they have to share, all the information. Also, streaming is ongoing education from the business and from people in the business that are extremely successful. And then they have the streams that are stories that can help motivate you and to help you just to some of the situations that you might be going through or what. It's just stuff that you can relate to. So when should you listen to streaming? Basically anytime that you have free time. I personally listen to a stream commuting, like I have a very long commute, and with Atlanta traffic, I can probably listen to like 2 or 3. You know, you can listen to them during lunch. Most people get 30 minutes to an hour lunch. You can listen to a stream then. Or in the evenings after work, after you've gone out, you can listen to it where you're able to take notes at home. And also, like, another reason for why you should listen to stream, I remember from one of my favorite streams actually, Lexi Baker, she was talking about like changing and basically what can help you develop your mindset, and streaming is one of the most like effective ways to do that because you're listening to people and that basically that you could motivate you and just be there for you. And one of my favorite quotes from her that she said was, in order to change your life, you have to change your life. So you have to be able to like be inputting these different, you know, take out, yeah, you want to listen to streaming, but you want to be able to take out something that maybe you're listening to that isn't as positive or isn't as motivating. So that's another reason why. So really quickly, one of the newest streams that was released and that I listened to is by Kankan and Samita Bhattacharya. And it's like a 2-part stream. The first part is impacting people around you, and the second was buying and sell out. And BWW2235. So I just have like 2 really quick takeaways. So from the first stream, impacting people around you, one of the things that Kankan said was that you have to have fruit on your tree, and when you do, that's when people will listen to you. And basically he doesn't need money and, you know, like cars and homes, and obviously all of that stuff is what we want and that's what you look at, but basically he just means that you can't just be talking the talk, you have to be walking the walk. So if you want people in your team to stream, you need to stream. If you want people to be going out, you need to be going out, attending functions, associations. You have to be the one to set that example and show them that this is the fruit on your tree, and then they will follow through. So that was one of the nuggets that I took away from impacting the people around you. And then for buy in and sell out, this stream was interesting. He was talking about like, basically, and everyone knows this, that every business you have your products, you buy, you sell. But he says our business is different. He says that every business is about buying and selling, but we're talking about you buying in and selling out. People don't have a for sale sign on their head. So when you're going to Walmart and you're out, you know, contacting and networking, people aren't going to have a for sale sign on their head saying like, hey, I'm your next, you know, I'm your next prospect, I'm your next person that you meet. So he says, we don't push our ideas, on other people. We just find people who are receptive to our ideas. And so I really like that because we're not selling our business. We know what we have in our hands, and we just need to find people who like what we have to offer and like our ideas. So those were my 2 nuggets from the stream. I recommend everybody either get back with the person who was your coach and mentor to get onto the Extreme subscription, or if you are, just they have new talks every Monday and they're awesome. So.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that video. That was great nuggets about the stream. I enjoy the stream mainly because since I work at the desk all day, I have plenty of time. I listen to a bunch of streams while doing data entering and billing and things of that sort for the job that I work for. The next person that is coming up is the great, the amazing, the awesome Miss Carol to go over the book of the book.
Thank you for the introduction. My goodness, I appreciate that. Today I'm going to talk about, y'all know Carol. I'm going to talk about the volcanic momentum, and it's by Jordan Green. Okay, Anthony had the book first, so I just started reading this book. And when I start reading, I take notes as I'm reading it. Also, I put down page numbers. So I'm just going to read y'all a couple of notes that I jotted down. But this is one of the books of the month, so I advise everybody to get on it. It really helps, keeps you focused, grounded. Okay, I'm gonna get to it. Okay, so a quick win. I'm just gonna read y'all like the beginning. As soon as you turn to the first page, y'all, it says a quick win, a laser focus. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Y'all know who said that? Martin Luther King Jr. It was his quote, so I'm just passing it on. Okay, then on page 9 and 10, at the bottom of page 9, we all want to get to part A, part B, part C, part D with this opportunity. So, I mean, you can keep saying it, but if you don't show the action, you're not going to make it through. So, okay, on page 10, it says, we need to be focused, just like in starting this book. When you start in this book, you need to take the notes and make sure that you understand what you're reading. I've been learning how to read out loud as I read so I can hear myself. So that's why I'm just sharing the notes that I took. Also, I have to tell you this. I found my word. I know Anthony did. I think somebody else did it. I think it was either Anthony or Aaron. They did the book and they was talking about finding your word. That word to me means a lot because I picked out one today and I'm very proud of myself. It's a lot of stuff been coming at me through. It's just like family and life. I ain't got time. So I found my word today and I was really excited. I wanted to share with you all. It's discipline. Because it's so, you won't even believe the stuff that I go through or hear every single day. Not one day, every single day. So I'm disciplined myself to just take care of Carol needs, just take care of, build my business. My focus, if you're not in that focus circle of building my business, bye. I can't do it. I'm just gonna keep throwing up discipline. When I hang up on them, just discipline, click. I can't do it no more. Okay, so I also wanted to tell you guys to find your word. You have to do this. The answer, oh yeah, and this part right here I wanted to tell y'all, answer the questions on page 11. I'm gonna read them to you, but I know y'all gonna go through the book as well. It says, what do I want to accomplish in my upcoming year? I'm not gonna tell you my answer, but I have it wrote down. The second question is, what kind of person do I want to become? Then I have one more question that says, what do I want my focus to be on? What do I want my focus to be as I move forward? All these questions are for us to know and for you to think. So I just suggest, and y'all, this was just on page 11. I only been on 3 pages, and this is all my notes right here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not like it's a small book, but it's very powerful. Like it's so much, it's just so much. And I'm really glad I just started it. This is the book of the month. I know it's the end of the month, but I'm just saying I'm gonna finish this book tonight, so it's okay. But it's just good, and y'all need to get it. That's it.
Thank you so much, girl. This one is like I think that's the best book I've read so far in this business, honestly. Yeah, that is the accomplishments book. Enough said. So the next person before Kanta and Nadia, of course, is the yes and smile guy. The pastor.
Oh, no.
Welcome, Roderick McKenzie.
Hey everyone, how y'all doing today?
Good.
Yes. Well, like you said, my name is Roderick, and I'm proud to be able to talk about the system part of Pase today. And the topics we'll be talking about is MG1 and MG2. This is like very exciting topics because it's something that you do consistently. When you do something over a period of time, it becomes a part of you, and you begin to like it, and something you can do in your sleep after over a period of time, right? So I'm very happy to be able to talk about it, to be able to share, what I've learned by doing it, and also the mindset behind things as well. So just to dive into it, the main thing, I'll just start off with the mindset. The whole purpose with MG1 is a combination of mindset and framework. Right, so of course, yes, when we first heard about it, we heard the talks, we heard all the different questions we ask, and how we go through all the process and pretty much how the whole process is set up. But the key thing behind it all is if you follow all those steps, but don't really have the mindset of why you're doing it, you're doing it for no reason, pretty much in a sense. Okay, yeah. So it's pretty much no point, right? Because you're going to be going in circles. You're not going to see any results. Because as far as the term they use is being legalistic. And you're not going to see no results that way. So definitely, mindset plays in with the framework, and the framework also plays with the mindset. So you want to have both sides of it. All right. So the main thing behind mindset is the question is this: why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you asking that question? When you fully understand, get a grip around why you're asking that question, the way you got personalize it for yourself because you fully understand, yourself why you ask that question. And when you do that, that could lead to even other questions behind that question as well. That's pretty much like how Dennis was talking about on the audios. He said about 15 questions in there, but all that wasn't just different questions. It's pretty much like asking one question and it's like 1A, 1B, 1C. Just to dig in deeper to really understand the candidate's thought, their thought process, and if they qualify, to do things. Before I even dive into the questions, I want to just, give them all overview, of things about the meet and greet 1 and 2. A few things is this. These are questions that you should be asking yourself. Is this someone that I can be a partner with? When bringing someone through the process and you sit down in that meet and greet, based on their responses, based on how you interact with them, is that someone? Do you like them? Right? People only do business with folks that they like and trust. Is that someone that is going to pursue the mentorship or the education? Are they hungry? Are they humble? Are they appreciative? Because it was smart, self-motivated, ambitious, accountable, reliable, teachable, all those things. Are they passing, tests? Pretty much, literally in your mind, there's a test going on, and you want to know, say, hey, should I move on with this person or not? Of course, you're not saying it out loud, but you're thinking about these things. You're coming up with a conclusion with that individual, based on their mindset and their responses to the questions, for sure. And of course, through it all too, you want to make sure that you're being relatable. That's key for sure. They stress it a whole lot. Dennis actually spoke about it. By the way, I'm referring to Dennis and Danielle's Nafty's MG1. This is on BWW1837. If you haven't listened to it yet, definitely dive in. Like, that is the truth right there. Like, that's deep stuff. It definitely helps you set up towards the whole process. And that's actually what the MG1 is. MG1 and MG2, you're pretty much setting up, for the rest of the process. And based on the questions you will hear later, you will see more into detail, why that's being said as well. Another thing too is, like I said earlier, do you like this person? And of course, you want to build a relationship. Handling the red flags as well is another huge thing. What is the handling red flags all about? For example, let's say if someone pretty much, let me give a random question. I'll use a question from MG. And let's say if I use someone that puts people before profit, and let's say that's the person that you're with is somewhat selfish in that they have that self-employed mentality. Let me just say that, not selfish. But they have a self-employed mentality where they believe that they have to do it themselves in order to see the results, no matter what. They can't really put their trust, say, I can't depend on you to do this. I want to do it like for me. Like I can't put you before, before my money in a sense. And if you get an answer from that person, in that regards there, of course, the reason why another good point is this: we talk in the third person as well before we even ask them straight up the question, because we want them to understand our mindset as well before they answer the question. What do I mean by that? We want to give them the opportunity to see. We want them to get the question right? So we actually feed them in a sense what the right answer looks like. And then afterwards, then we ask straight the question, are you, outcome, do you put people before profit? And based on their answer for sure, after hearing all of that, hearing the mindset, hearing the framework and all that, just hearing the idea about, what the question means and their response, if they answered no, then that's a red flag that pretty much can't be overcome in a sense, right? And then if you even want to ask even deeper, say, hey, why did you say that? Just seeing their perspective on things too. To even see it, that's another way out. Just giving them a way out, because you wanna understand this person, this candidate is what I'm saying. You don't want to just call it quits and say, okay, no, he didn't answer the question right. Sorry, you can't go through the rest of the process. Bye, nice to meet you. No, you want to really understand, because at the same time, everyone thinks differently, right? Everyone was brought up differently. And every single MG1 is going to be different from the other as well. So you want to make sure I get a full understanding of how that person's thought process is. And once you understand their thought process, you could even change the question around to be able to fit their scenario or how they were brought up, to see if they'll even answer differently. But like I say, at the end of the day, they still don't answer differently. Nice to meet you. Say, hey, it's okay. I understand, the way you see the thought process of this question. But that's not the kind of people we're looking for in the business. But it's been nice. It was nice getting to know you, and I'm sure there's a whole lot of other opportunities out there for sure you could be able to log on to. You don't want to just right? You want to make sure and on good terms, right? So definitely, say those kind of things, because you don't want to create like enemies in this business. Like, oh shoot, like I don't like his attitude. We're good people. Brit Worldwide brought us up really great to be able to handle situations well and be able to know how to de-escalate situations. So definitely, no matter what, even though we make jokes about the nice to meet you, you want to make sure that you handle it right and end off on the terms of that person. Because who knows, later on down the line, they might come back and say, hey man, I think I'm a changed guy. I want to get another shot at this thing. Who knows what can happen later on. Or they may even know somebody, that they can refer you to. That is, hey, my friend is like that. You should get in touch with him. Things of that sort. So you want to continue to, have that positive vibes as you go through the process, and connecting with people. All right, so I'll go dive in a little deeper now. That's pretty much an example of handling red flags, right? So another thing I'd like to say is always be in control of the meeting, all right? And establish that you are the buyer and not the seller. So that's a huge deal right there. If the person that you're sitting with realize that, or put themselves in the shoes that they know more than you, or they're better than you, it's many different things. And of course, none of these are being said out loud. Pretty much everyone comes up with a conclusion in their mind. The mind thinks of a million things at the same time. It goes on and on, and off of different scenarios. They want to know Is this someone that I can follow? That's another thing they'd be thinking in their mind as well. All of these things. So based on how you handle that meeting, determine how you are as an individual, as a leader. They're looking for an answer, right? You're providing that answer. But if you are like let's say have a low self-image in a sense, you're probably stuttering on the questions, you don't even like to ask the questions, right? Or you forget things, or if they see a lot of faults in you, right? What makes you think that they want to meet with you again? You see, so that's another reason why you want to make sure that you're fully prepared when you get into the meet and greets, and that's why you do it with your coaches as well. You learn in the process. It's all about self-development. Of course, like as even said inside the Business of the 21st Century book, your business does not grow larger than your self-image, right? So you have to continue to pour into yourself, build yourself, so that you get as you grow, your business grows along with you. All right, so that's really powerful right there. Really powerful. Always want to make sure that you're at your A game in any meeting, any meeting in the process. Okay, so and how do you pretty much establish that you're the buyer or the seller, or how do you keep control, of the meeting? Pretty much you're the one asking the questions. That's it right there. Always be the one asking the questions, and even if they ask a question, you bring that around and bring it back to another question to them. So answer a question with a question. And once they realize you have that leadership role and you're pretty much going through and of course when they hear their side, sharing their story, and you share your story, it all flows. It all flows for sure. And like I said, we're going to go into detail on like pretty much the framework part of things, after this. I just pretty much talking about the mindset and what should be happening. Okay. Another thing too, when going to MG1, you don't want to show up with anything. You don't want to have a notepad with you, a pen, a bag. You just want to be you and that person. If it's a lady, of course, you could have your purse. You guys always keep your purse with you, right? Whatever, a cell phone in your purse, whatever it is, I don't know. So when going in there, you want to give off the impression that you're just getting to know that person. You don't want to look at it as if you're going in trying to sell them something. So it's all about just connecting, building that rapport with that candidate. All right. So and again, like I said earlier, you want to speak in the third person, when asking questions too, to avoid being so direct as well, because it's more of a relationship. You're building a relationship with that individual, right? You don't want to put yourself as if you're, interviewing the person, just sitting down, asking them questions straight up. You could even say like Sanjeev, said, hey, my mentor wanted me to sit with you and ask you these few questions. You don't want to be the guy. You want to be the guy representing the guy. You see, so you want to put yourself in that shoes where it takes the pressure off of you and puts it on your mentors, or you deflect is the word that we use, so that you could now be more relaxed and connecting with that person, so that they can know that there is someone that's leading you, and you're pretty much just connecting them to the leaders, right? So we say this a whole lot in the process, from MG1 towards the board plan 1. The whole idea is the who you're meeting, right? It's all about your mentors. And then after the BP1, after they saw your mentors, from the BP1 to the follow-up to, the follow-up one to the follow-up to, yes, follow-up one to the follow-up to, it's all about the what, the business, right? Getting more into the information about the business. So it's the who and then the what. Okay, so now, aside from that, after you connected with that person, you always want to make sure that you're getting your point across. The way Dennis and Daniel Lafty, word the questions, there are reasons why they worded the way they do. Some things avoid other questions being asked, or some things even avoid them getting the taking a different perspective on the question as well. So you want to make sure that they understand what's being said. And how do you do that? Another great way to bring your point across is by using examples. If you use a really good example on in comparison to the question, then they'll be like, okay, I got you. And then they'll be able to just give a straight answer based off that. Because examples are the best way to really get a point across, I realize. It definitely gives them the understanding and being able to answer straight. It makes it clear, takes off all the blurry, vision, and just makes it really clear to the candidates. Another thing I'd like to say before moving forward is the mindset you want to go into. When I was talking about being the buyer and not the seller, is this: you always want to be able to go inside a meeting that you could walk away from, feel free to walk away from. That's the mindset you want to have. You don't need that person. That person actually needs you. All right, that's how you have to really think about it. There's what, almost how many billion, 11.8 billion people in the world, or something like that. It's a lot of folks out there. You don't need that specific person. Move to the next one. You know, if they are giving you a hard time, man, you give me such a hard time. Sorry, goodbye. You know, have a nice day. You know, just move forward. Don't get caught up because you're beating yourself up. And if you're at a point where you're beating yourself up, that means you're doing something wrong, right? That means you have to grow more mentally. You have to, you know, bulletproof yourself. I like to say, you know, strengthen yourself to a point where you don't tolerate nonsense. You know, pretty much. So on to the next. Don't have a non-tolerable mindset. Let's move to the next person. And we are looking, like I said, we're only looking for a selected few people, right? Not everyone makes it through the process. It's a whole lot of upfront work that we have to go through. So thinking of that, not, you know, for sure that probably they might make it to the board plan one. They might not make it to, you know, the follow-up one, or even past MG2 after reading the book, if they even get a chance to read the book. So always have that mindset. Always be able to take away. Period. Don't never hesitate. Be able to take it away and move forward. All right. So I want to cover some questions within the MG1 before we touch a little bit on the MG2, and pretty much, you know, the way MG1 typically goes, as you show up to the meeting, you know, hey, you know, you break guys. Well, not great guys, but you pretty much what's the set at ease. That's right. You pretty much set at ease. You know, how's your day going? You know, that's small talk here and there. And after you have that little small talk, you pretty much ask a question. And by the way, this isn't exact. You don't have to follow this to the T. You know, everyone does it differently. You know, some people ask different questions as well. You know, just it's all about how you connect. But what Dennis said is, you know, he asked the question, why did you agree to sit down with me today? You know, what if you already connected with the person and talked to them at the drop, when you drop the message on them, you probably talked about that already. So they know why they're sitting down. So so you can ask some other questions, you know, what really grabs you in life? Like, what really, you could ask them about their dreams, you know, many different things. And there are questions for that too. But it's all about connecting, is what I'm saying. And then after they share and open up and all of that, you could definitely get back into your story. You know, I'm talking about, you know, how you want to introduce this great opportunity, and how you're so grateful, you know, for your mentors to bring you this far. You could go into, you know, all the different things on your experiences and how it brought you as a person, as an individual you are now. And after you share that, the way we usually like start the meeting, you know, getting in a question mode, how to transition is, you know, say, hey, when I first saw this opportunity, man, I had a ton of questions. You know, I always wanted to. I just, when I first met my mentors, I wanted to know, like, what is this about? You know, I had like a million questions, and they pretty much stopped me like on the spot. They asked me this one question. They said, hey, Roger, what do you know about creating wealth? You know, and then when I really thought about it, I was like, not really nothing. I don't know nothing. You know, and then they even went on further, said, hey, do you know anyone that is wealthy? And and of course they broke it down. Wealthy means someone who has full control of both their time and their money. And when I thought about it, I know some rich folks. You know, I was like, hey, I know some rich people. I don't really know anyone that has all the time on their hands as well. So and then based off that, and they say, hey, so what makes you think that you will understand how, you know, to create wealth or how to become wealthy within like a 30-minute conversation? You know, and all of this is, I'm saying, in the third person, not directly to the person, because I want them to understand the mindset, you know, of why the process. So this question isn't really to, you know, ask them, you know, what do you know about creating wealth, or what do you know anyone that's wealthy? But it's really just setting, it's a starter to set the timeline, the frame, the saying, hey, okay, this is a 6-step process. We wouldn't be able to, you know, teach you. I wouldn't be able to tell you everything about the business in this one meeting. So having the thought process behind it of why you're saying all of this, so they can understand and say, okay, I understand what he's saying. So definitely, you know, we're going to be meeting more so I can really understand what this thing's all about. It helps to set the pace. Let me say that. It helps to set the pace of the process so they wouldn't think that, you know, you're wasting their time, and let them respect your time as well, and respect the process for what it is, because it is a whole lot of information. And as they go through, they realize it's a whole lot of information too, right? They realize it's a whole lot. So yes, definitely talking to third person, so you wouldn't be direct, and when they hear all of that, they'll be like, okay, we understand, you know, what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna just fly through this now. I'm not gonna be here all day. All right, so I'm gonna just go through it all real quick for you. There's a six-step process, right? Three things that you want to let them know what the process is all about, the purpose of the process. And the first thing is what? To build a trust and a friendship, right, with the person. Building a trust and a friendship. The second is to educate you fully on what we do, so they get full understanding. And then the third thing is for you to build a case for yourself, right? Those are the three main things. And once they see that, they'll have that in the back of their mind, the one that, hey, okay, I have to build a case for myself. Like these people, I gotta impress them, right? They want to make sure that they're on their A game every time. Okay, so just to move further on now, usually what Dennis would go on saying, hey, I don't expect you to understand, all, of everything in the business today, or how or why. Hold on. The how to is why we go through the rest of this process, is what Dennis said. You'll be able to understand. This meeting is the why. The MG1 is the why. So the how to is why we go through the rest of the process. Okay, so how do we do that? Just to transition from that point there, moving towards the other steps with this. Because people still want to know what it is, right? We haven't really told them what the business is. So Dennis just says, hey, pretty much what we do is we take advantage of the paradigm shift in the marketplace by streamlining the supply chain. So instead of going from the manufacturer to the broker to the wholesaler to retailer to the consumer, you just streamline that process. Right. But I don't expect you to learn all that. Like I say, the how to's while we go through the rest of the process, and you're pretty much just giving them a little crumb, following the crumb as you go along. Make sense? Awesome. All right. So now let's just dive into the questions. And I actually want this to be a little relational. I want to be able to hear some point of views on your answers as well. And if I think I can add something, oh shoot, time really flying. All right. So. I'll just finish off saying, hey, are you willing to become, an outcome-focused person? Is the first question. The second is what would be a perfect 10? Do you really care about how you get there? From the different things, and all of this is in the audio. Because of the sake of time, I didn't realize it would take this long. I'll just do an overview and jump into to just to get a full brief understanding. And if you really want to understand everything, definitely read the audios for yourself and get the mindset of why you're asking the questions for sure. Okay, so the third one is are you open to mentorship? The other one is are you patient? And are you patient? People before profit, like what I said earlier. The fifth thing is, have you had any experience before in any network marketing business? How would you rate your life from a scale of 1 to 10? How serious are you about getting that 10, getting to that 10? Do you have anyone in your life that is at that 10 that is helping you get to that 10? And pretty much after that, you want to definitely, the key thing too, one of the major points in this, after, let's say, hey, they answered everything right, they said all the right things, people, when in the interview, you want to say everything right? Even though you mightn't yourself think of yourself as if you qualify in a sense, or let's say, hey, you did qualify, but you may have a different thought process. You want to make sure that they think that you were the right thought process. So let's say, hey, they answered right. The key thing at the end of the MG1 is the book. Letting them know like the perimeter. You want to make sure that they realize that it's only a certain amount of time they have to read the book. You want to set the parameter. Like I say again, on the audio, you get a full understanding of that. And let them know, like you really want to stress it because you don't want them to come to the second meeting and not have the book not read. So the key thing is to stress a whole lot that they have it read, by the second meeting. So when we sit down again, what Dennis said is this, when we sit down again, the first question I'm going to ask you is, hey, have you read the book? I've completed the book. So say all of this at the MG1 to make sure that they're prepared, to be there at the MG2 for sure. Have the book done at the MG2. Okay. Yeah. And speaking of it, at the MG2, have you read the book? Just simple questions that you ask them. And you want to definitely go over the pipeline story that they talk about in there as well. You talk about the cash flow quadrant, because that's one of the major things in the book, right? And then, of course, say, hey, you know what I want to do is give you a 300 feet view, of what we do. Because also at the MG1, you're also locking them into the Tuesday meeting as well. So all these things you want to really understand, as we go through the process. I know for sure my time probably is up by now. So after that, lock them into the board plan, and even show them like the frame, the process. MG1, MG2, board plan 1, follow up 1, board plan 2, follow up 2. You want to pretty much map it out for them so they can know, what's next, pretty much, and they could be able to, have a hand or bring everything together. So without other than that, that's MG1 and MG2. Wish I had more time, that's all right. Oh, yeah. All right, back to the host.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Roderick. I completely feel you on that. When it comes to going over to MG1 and MG2, it's like very impossible to go over it in 10 minutes or less. So like you said, definitely go over both of those streams and dissect it down to the bone, and you'll get it done. Like Papa Lotto said, just do 30 of them and you'll eventually get it right. So our next and favorite person, well, yeah, he is the greatest, so. And the wife too.
Yes.
Please welcome Ita and Nadia.
Yeah.
All right, we just have a few more things before we actually come up to speak, but what we want to do is we want to get all the new people. I don't know if there's any new people sitting in Tallahassee, but we do have one here. So we want for him to come up and basically introduce himself. And he has been going through the process, so let him just say what he's excited about. So.
Wow, way to put me on the spot. I know, right? My name is Alton Allen. I've been going back and forth council for a while now. I'm very excited about the company. I'm very excited about the group. I'm learning a lot from you guys. I'm still learning a lot from you guys. Hopefully I'll get there one day, but I'm very excited about everything. Okay?
Is there anyone that wants to introduce themselves? If not, we'll just move on. Anthony?
That's it.
Rod would do the video.
I love the promo video.
Okay, go ahead, Rod.
All right, I'm gonna take it away with the summer conference promo video.
Yes. All right, that's exciting, right?
Exciting, yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
I mean, the level of information and training
and growth that I've seen here today is very impressive. I mean, Jonathan, thank you very much for speaking about the men product. You know, I've been using it for quite some time now. One morning I just said, "Who are you?" You know. I was so young. She's like, "Who are you?" So you can actually see the proof if you go back and meet with people that's like, you know, you work with and so on, and they say, "Man, you looking good," you know, and I'm seeing them and saying to myself, "You're not looking that good." You can actually see that difference, you know. And so thank you very much for that product line here. You know, one of the things I used to do with the toner, I just used to splash it on my face. And I realized that from the last time Celia said, "No, you don't do that. You need a cotton thing and you just clean it." And I saw the difference with it because I thought my face was clean. I'm like, wow, it's, you know, really different. You know, so thank you for all the information about the product. Roderick. I mean, oh no, Divya.
Always says you keep forgetting to mention me.
If I forget that, but she was upstairs walking past me downstairs, giving me the eye, you know. So I gotta really talk a lot about Divya here. But she did a fantastic job. Yeah, that's Divya over there. She put a lot of effort into the who, the what, the why, and the when, and the where, and whatever. Put it. Oh boy, we did a very good job about the streaming here. So, and Roderick, who did both? The growth in Miss Carol is phenomenal. You know, I'm coming here to Anthony, you know what I mean? But I love the word Miss Carol. And I remember the word is discipline. Yes. Right? Yes. Miss Carol is very disciplined, you know, in everything she's doing. You know, so very proud of you, Miss Carol, for, you know, and I see the growth with you. Anthony also, you know.
Yay, our Amy guy.
I'm going to bring you in at the end so that you can talk about that last thing that we did together. Okay? I'm not going to put you on the spot, so I'll let you know. But Roderick, I tell you, MG1 and MG2, I mean, phenomenal information. The way you speak about it is obviously you're doing it because it's all coming out naturally, natural flowing. Very proud of the growth there also for you. What else do you have? Julia Rose. The host, oh yes. You know?
Well, I just wanted to say real quick that Aaron was supposed to host. And of course, maybe a couple of hours ago, we figured out that we need to get another host. So she just kind of fell right in and she did a phenomenal job because the beauty about this business is that we're trained in every area in this business. So to be able to call you at a moment's notice to come up and speak is something that we expect from our leaders, right? For example, Divya, we got the email that she's actually doing streaming at 3:45. She didn't know she was doing streaming. She was like, "What? I'm streaming?" I said, "Yeah." But the beauty about it is that she listens to streaming every day, coming back and forth from work. So to be able to fill in that spot without, again, at a moment's notice, she did a phenomenal job. So I just want to thank everyone.
Miss Julia Rhodes, aka. Very good. Thank you very much. We appreciate you filling in the hosting. Go ahead.
I think that's it. Well, I'm excited about a couple of events coming up, and one of them is Seven Springs next week.
Yes.
Well, first of all, the one that's coming up is 4th of July, and we look forward to hosting everybody at our home on 4th of July. So come on out, and we have plenty of food. Miss Carol, myself, Anthony, Kamta. We've been working tirelessly to make sure that it's actually, you know, we got fireworks show going on in our cul-de-sac. So we're really excited. So, you know, just come on out. We will have a great time. So that is on July 4th. And of course, on July 11th, we're all going, some of us are going to Seventh Springs. So we're excited about that. So Seventh Springs, I know we're going to have, you know, Kenneth and Andrea, Sile. You guys are all going to be out there, you know, because we are having all the comers that went last year are invited again this year per Kumar, so that's exciting. So we're going to have a lot of people out there, and the teaching is going to be on a different level. So that is what I'm excited about. The food is awesome. Yeah, like our theme this year is Disney, because of course 2020 Achievers is going to be at Disney. So of course Kumar always, you know, put the vision in front of everybody. You know, and so his whole theme for the banquet is going to be Disney theme. So that's exciting. But don't come dressed as Mickey Mouse or Winnie the Pooh or any of that. Not that kind of.
Coming super, not Superman. After Superman is Super Dad.
Okay. So that's exciting for Seven Springs. And then of course, as soon as we come back from Seven Springs, we have the conference, which is the 19th, 20, 21st. And I guess that is the icing on the cake for our summer conference, because we're excited about that, you know, to be with our uplines again, to be able to get all that phenomenal teaching that's happening with the gala leaders. Can't wait. It's going to be an incredible event. It's 3 days of packed fun, excitement, nonstop teaching, excitement, fun. So we're excited about that. So if you haven't booked your room or your ticket, I think the 10th is the last day before it goes to the 180. So you want to make sure you lock yourself into that 160 price. And so we're going to, a bunch of us are coming out there. I know Tallahassee has a bunch of people coming out, as well as Atlanta, Florida. We have a lot of exciting people.
And the main hotel is sold out, so it's the second hotel.
Okay, I was just saying, the main hotel is sold out, so you have to go to the second hotel. So, again, you know, it's going to be, you can already tell it's going to be a sold out event because they already sold out the whole of Marriott. So that's that's exciting. So we are very, you know, we've been doing a lot. So I'll let Kamta fill in. He's been, I'm telling you, I'm so proud of Kamta. You know, he's been doing so much in terms of, you know, I don't even know, like I wake up in the morning and I'm like, Kamta, where are you? I call him on the phone. He's like, well, I had an MG1 at 9:30. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, but that's how it's been, you know, it's like he's been out.
I'm in the zone.
He's just gone, you know, and it was funny because we were supposed to meet with a couple on Thursday. Was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. And I'm like getting dressed upstairs and I heard the door slam and I called up, Kamta, where are you? He said, I left. I'm like, what the heck? I'm so wrong with you? It's a couple, you know? And he's like, well, you know, I didn't see you downstairs, so I thought, I was like, I had to make Anya drop me to where he was. And then he, you know, that of course, because that's how his mind works. He's just so focused on, you know, I guess he didn't realize I was not in the car. But, I don't know how that can happen, but it's, you know, but that's just what it's been. That's just what it's been. It's been MG1s, follow-ups, back to back, you know, so we have a lot going on, so I'll let him speak. But here's my
Awesome. Like I just said, there's a lot going on because we're in the zone. I can't give you any information or whatever, but there's a lot more money coming down the pike for everyone. What I want to do though is bring up Anthony because he's been out there. Come on up, Anthony.
You have to say the story. You have to tell the story.
The story.
The stopping of the car, the getting out, the going to the office people.
Oh,
That's
right.
the
I want
important
to know the whole story all the way to the MG1. Yeah. Okay, so this is my training here, okay? All right, brother.
Well, I think it was Thursday we were out riding around and Carlton was asking Carol and myself a bunch of questions about how we were working together as far as building this business. And one thing that he had mentioned was about writing down the goals and the affirmations. And
you know, it was one of the things I was like, okay, I'll get to that. But the following day, we were out and about, and Carol was pretty upset. So she was talking about the goals and the affirmations. So I pulled over and I went to the department store, Office Depot, and I bought a tablet. Actually, I bought 3 tablets. And from there, we went and what's wrong again?
Tablets?
And he meant
Not
the
computer
writing
tablets, like the
No,
writing tablets.
Right, right.
No, I ain't got it like that yet.
Right.
Writing tablets.
All right, because I was gonna say next time you go and I come in.
So, you know, well, excuse me, I pulled the car over. We were in the parking lot at Academy. So I just started writing down goals and affirmations and everything. And, you know, Carol was asking me questions about something that I didn't have written on the tablet. So I just kept going. And once I had everything down, you know, she was like, okay, that's good right there. You know, let's start. She said, let's go ahead on and hit it. So we did all around in McDonough, and we'll talk to a few people, but I guess it was the wrong crowd. You know, we didn't really get anywhere down there. So what we did, we circled back around toward Hampton, and it was crazy, craziest thing. I stopped at a BP, and I get out of the car. Carol's getting out on the side, so you know, I step up in front of the vehicle and I look to the left. And I see this guy walking down the way there. So I just stepped to him. And, you know, one thing that I thought about what Compton was saying, putting yourself out there more. And he was like, you know, there's no wrong contact. He said, if people are looking, they're looking. So when this guy started approaching me, you know, I just looked at him. I said, you know, how's your day? And he looked at me. He said, it's great now that I'm off the job. So I was like, oh, really? So we start talking, and then he's giving me the lowdown about some people he works with on his job and how they're basically being dirty. So from there, I just started talking to him. I asked him what his work schedule was looking like. And going back to what Compton was saying, when people are looking, they're looking. Me, I'm listening to his work schedule, and, you know, automatically I'm like, dang, I don't know if this guy's got time for what we got going on. But anyway, I never even shared my story with him because it was so hot out there. You know, we were sweating buckets. So I just asked him straight out. I was like, look, are you interested in ways of making extra income? And the guy was like, yeah. I said, okay. I said, well, let me get your number. He told me, he's like, man, come back up to my truck. So he comes out with his phone, business card. He hands me his business card, and he told me, he was like, yeah, just give me a call. So I asked him, I said, well, what's your schedule looking like? And he told me, I think, what he said, he works like one or two Saturdays.
He worked one Saturday a month.
Yeah, one Saturday a month. So, you know, thinking about that and listening to how busy he was talking about he was, I just asked him, I said, well, how you looking tomorrow? So he was like, yeah, he said, I'm off. He said, I got to get up in the morning and do somebody's lawn. He said, I got something going on tomorrow evening. He said, can we meet in the morning, say around about lunchtime, 11 o'clock or so? I said, sounds good. So he told me, he said, give me a call at 10:30, make sure that I'm done. I did so. And I got his voicemail. So I let him know who it was calling. This guy called me back, I mean, immediately. And he was like, yeah, I just finished up. He said, I'm in here getting myself straight right now. I'm about to walk out the door. I'm heading down to Starbucks. so, you know, Carol and myself, we headed down. And Carol was a little irate about that because we were running behind, you know. And then when we leave the house, normally, you know, back roads, I get on down there regardless on time. But the traffic was so crazy. I think we got there like 8 minutes after 11. And she was like, we can't do this again, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay.
Discipline.
Yeah.
Discipline.
Exactly. So, you know, we pull up, get out of the car. Then I look on the other side of Starbucks, and he was just coming around the corner. So we go out there at the same time. And then, you know, we walk in. Compton called right before we got there. I think we were sitting right there at the traffic light on Jonesboro when he called. We're like, yeah, we're coming over. We were almost there. So we circle in,
And Compton called back. I think you thought you went to the wrong Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's not like you guys.
Yeah, because normally you guys are early.
Right. So, you know, I thought it was at the wrong Starbucks as well. So we're walking in the door, and I see Nadia, you know, and I'm talking to this guy, and I'm like, oh, I said, well, wait a minute. I said, I'm glad you came. I said, because you're in for a treat. He was like, what do you mean by that? I said, well, I said, our mentors are here. I said, so not only will he be talking with us, so he'll be talking with them as well. But he came on in and did the MG1, and Compton took over, and hey, I was taking a lot of mental notes there. Compton was awesome. That's all I can say. But like he was saying, just put yourselves out there more, and that's what I've definitely been doing that. And I'm not trying to impede on his time, but he can tell you I've been calling him quite a bit because I've been trying to get out there and you know, get myself up to par. You know, so
You're doing a very good job. I'm very proud of you. And
oh yes, the MG2 will be scheduled for July 3rd, this coming Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Right.
All right. So basically, it's like you know, like Anthony said, it's not just putting yourself out there, but it's writing your goals down. And through the law of attraction, you will attract those. That's the thing. And they say there's no wrong contact. People who are looking, they will come and show up for the thing, and they will go through the process. But again, you have to. It requires work, effort. Put yourself out there, grow yourself personally, and you will get the results. So that's it for us here today. We're over. Back to the host.
MG2 for Jonathan.
Okay, yes. So Jonathan was here a couple of days ago. Took him out there too. He took 2 of my numbers away from me. That's okay, Jonathan. I'm going to get it on the back end on top of the leadership bonus. All right. So we have an.
I agree to that.
And my next victim, my next horseman is going to be Baby. Baby's here until August. Watch out, Baby. I'm coming for you. All right.
All right.
Okay. Back to the host. All right.
I think you're muted.
Mute.
Hey,
Thank you.
awesome. That was a great PACE meeting. Thanks for everyone that came, and thank you for sharing all the knowledge that you guys have. Now we're going to go into phone team, and we will see you next Sunday.
Yeah. Right.
Just a quick one. We don't have Pase Sunday since we all are gonna get together on Thursday, so we won't have Pase next Sunday.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
See y'all
All right.
Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Awesome.